Alex Being with MMA Mania. I'm here with Derek Brunson, who makes his PFL debut on November 24th at the PFL Championship. Derek, how are you?
I'm great. Just chilling out, finish up a little bit of training, grabbed a quick bite, and here I am.
Awesome, awesome. Man, you're about a month out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, really excited about the new venture, new goals. Being in PFL is like a new start for me, and I'm excited to go out here and make a name for myself in PFL.
Before we get to your fight, I did want to ask about, you spent a large part of your career in the UFC, 21 fights, man. How does it feel to be I guess you're not a free agent anymore, but you're no longer a UFC fighter and you're venturing out to this other promotion.
Feels good. I move on really quick. I'm all about competing and being the best athlete that I can. So it doesn't matter where I'm at. I spent a lot of time with the UFC. It was a great time there. And now it's time to move on to something else and go out here and put on a show in PFL.
This might be silly, but like, was it scary to leave somewhere that like you've been so comfortable for so many years?
Not really. I think I was a little burnt out being there. So it really wasn't like scary to leave. I felt like, man, I really need a fresh start. I need a new venture. I need a new something that lights a fire under me. So I was looking for that and I needed that. And PFL was the opportunity I was waiting for.
Well, and they throw you an opponent that that will make you unbored, right? Ray Cooper. When they throw you that name, what do you think of the matchup?
I like it, man. I like any matchup. That's me. I watched several of his fights before, so I knew who Ray Cooper was. He's a guy that brings it. He's a short guy, like to stay in your face, throw some bombs. So like, I'm like, I've seen that over and over again. My job is to go out there and dismantle that.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it all, you fought it all. I mean, on paper, this fight's very, very fun. I think it's a perfect fight to introduce you to the PFL audience, right? So, I mean, do you think it's going to be just kind of like a war, or do you think there's a clear path to victory where you use your wrestling?
I don't see it as a war. It could be. You never know. But no, I don't. In my head, I don't see it as a war. Um, that's just me though. I always been the guy that thought like, I'm competing against myself, and I've proven that in fights. If you go Cannoneer dominating that fight, I dropped him on the hands with the hands with a big left. Had him in a rear naked choke to finish the round. Could have been a 10-8 round, and then I go and fade. Same thing with Duplessis. I was dominating him the first round, dropped him, had him in a choke. So yeah, I'm fighting against myself, So like I'm making adjustments even at my age, at my time in the game. It's like you're still learning, you're still growing. MMA, that's what it's about. It's like you really can't max this sport out. You always still growing and still learning. And I am, and I'm adding things to my game that I feel like I can find a clear path to victory.
How do you train for someone who hasn't fought in a long time, like Ray Cooper?
I, like I said, I've been fighting for a long time. I fought everybody. I fought tall guys, short guys. Um, yeah, so I'm just fighting his him in general, like his build up, how he fights in general. It doesn't matter what he brings to the table. It's like, okay, these are the tools that he present, and these are the things that I have to stop. And yeah, that's how I look at fighting. That's how I see it, and I feel like there's a lot of things that I can exploit.
Looking forward entering the tournament next year, if there was a middleweight division, could you turn around and make middleweight four times a year, or at this point in your career, is that a little tough?
Yeah, I can make middleweight. I can make like heavyweight. I can make heavyweight. So hey, if they need somebody to fight Francis Ngannou, you never know, man.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I did want to ask and tell you, like, so with UFC coming over to the PFL, there's only been like I think out of the 30 fighters that have come over, only two fighters have been successful in their PFL debut. Obviously you're probably looking to be the third one to be successful, right? And break that curse.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, those are just stats. You know, it's funny. I like to bet on sports. All right, when I take those minus 500s, they let me down every single time. You know what I mean? These stats don't hold up. So like, yeah, stats is just an indicator to make you feel better about your situation or how you view things. But yeah, stats really hold no bearance to me.
Is Blonde Brunson coming back, or are you or is it a new chapter?
No, it's Blonde Brunson. Blonde Brunson here to stay.
I love it. I love it. And just a couple other things just to kind of get your thoughts on it, man. Well, first of all, are you trying to get this Jacare trilogy in the PFL?
Is Jacare with PFL?
No, no, he isn't. But
Oh yeah.
I'm sure if you ask, maybe you can get that trilogy. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, huh? Man, Jacare got me twice, man. It was so bad. The first time I was like a super young fighter, he was like champion of the world. I think he was ranked number 2 in the whole world, um, right behind Anderson Silva. Like he was just murdering everybody. And I was like, I'm gonna knock this guy out, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's retired. But yeah, Jacare is definitely one of my adversaries and tough guy. Never know, man.
If you could go back, throughout your UFC career and rematch one person, who would it be?
If I can rematch one person, who would it be? It would probably be
Yeah.
Anderson Silva, so I can get my hand raised. I figure if I do one more sit up or push up at the end of the fight, or walk around with my hands up, I get the decision there. You know that was MMA. Excuse me, worst robbery of the year by like every outlet. Like that was crazy. You know what I mean? I got mad respect for Anderson, but I would like to have that win back.
I think the real ones, everyone knows you won that fight.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you would like to have that on your resume, not just
for
like
sure.
you know. What were your thoughts on Sean Strickland winning the title?
I thought he did well. He got the opportunity. He went and showed up. That's the thing, man. Imagine without opportunity. Even he was ranked number 7 when he got the title shot. He was one ahead of me. I was ranked 8. He was ranked 7, or maybe I was ranked 7 or 6, and he was ranked 7 or something like that. But he got the opportunity. And he went and he performed, and that's what it's about: is opportunity. And again, that's what PFL. I win. I perform. Opportunity sees itself. I don't really have to politic for anything.
What were your thoughts on the Chimaev Usman fight?
Oh, that was a great fight. Usman took it on short notice and he went out there and performed. He showed that he's like championship warrior. He said he's a championship fighter after the fight, and it definitely showed. If it went to the late rounds, you never know. But definitely was a good fight. Chimaev did well also.
Awesome. And then finally, man, obviously you're starting a new venture in the PFL, but for anyone that's like doubting you, right? Like, oh man, like, this is just a person on the tail end of their career. Like, what do you say to those haters and those people that are criticizing you?
Just watch and see. Watch and see. Like I said, I'm not the type of guy that come. I don't show up for paychecks. I come for 2 checks. I come to win. I come to perform. I'm not out here wanting to get punched to damage myself for the long term. I'm coming out here to compete, coming out here to win. So like anything I do, I take it serious. And November the 24th, we're gonna find out.
At the end of the day, November 24th, how do you get your hand raised?
That we're gonna do it in good fashion. That we go out there and get the finish.
I love it, man. Derek, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, you want to plug any sponsors you might have, if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Hey, you guys can follow me, Derek Brunson, on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm a TikToker also. So yeah, whatever. You guys check me out.